In this video, we're going to be using Shannon Soap's Botanica and the leaf razor for a dome shave. Stay tuned. Hey there folks, and welcome back for another video. I'm your host CDB. Thanks so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And as mentioned before, today we're going to be using Shannon Soap's Botanica. I'll show you the label right there. I have a sample here that was sent with my last order. It makes a really nice quality lather. This is their Rust Belt Reserve formula, which has some added luxury ingredients. We'll put the ingredients for you right there to start. It's got some good stuff like cocoa butter, shea butter, lanolin, goat's milk, vitamin E, chupacabra oil, dragon tallow, super blue emu, all that stuff. It's a premium formula, in other words, and that's why the cost is $20 for 4 ounces, or on our cost chart there, $5 an ounce, which is in the pricey range. And rarely do you see me put that price up with Shannon Soaps, because I tend to use her regular line, which I really like a lot. And Shannon, please always keep that classic line, because it is superb in my opinion, and it works very well for me and the budget-minded shavers out there, I would assume as well. The scent on this one is really not my cup of tea. I think she considers it to be a Chypre. But to me, well, let's show you how she describes it right there first. You do get some earthiness, but I get more fruity floral. And the fruity I don't mind, but the floral is not for me. However, I think this is a scent that a lot of people would probably appreciate if you're not opposed to sweet florals, because this one does have a sweet floral vibe to it. Marion would probably like this, or at least I think he would. So maybe I'll send the rest of this sample at some point to him, because I think he might like it. The quality of the lather looks really, really nice. And so we'll roll with that today. Also, we have our leaf razor here with that new rubber sleeve, which has really helped with the grip. I've got 2 Astra SP blades loaded in the leaf. And we'll go ahead and show you what that looks like. You pull up the top, and there are 2 blades loaded in there. I'm not using 3 because I just wanted to try going with 2 just to see how it goes. And let's get going today. Let's start misting the dome. The brush today is the APShaveco. I call it the White Wizard. It's got a cashmere 30 millimeter knot, and I like using these bigger knots on the dome. I just think it covers area, covers more surface area easily. And as you can see there, that stuff isn't any joke. The Shannon Soaps for me routinely make magnificent lathers without a lot of work. And again, something I've been talking about a lot recently is ease of use. I don't want to really have to, a lot of guys are talking about, ooh, you got to dial it in. I don't want to dial it in. I just want to lather it in a straightforward fashion and have a really nice, relaxing experience. And for the most part, that's what Shannon's gives me. A nice experience every single time out. The prices are usually quite budget friendly. Now this again is the premium, her premium offering, so it is more expensive. It does fall right at that $5 range, which is in the pricey realm as far as I'm concerned. But I use her other formulas, and quite frankly, they make magnificent lathers. They don't dry out my skin. They're great, great soaps that allow me to do what I need to do with a razor, which is the most important thing. It's really not the soap performing, it's you. So does the soap lend itself to a good performance by you? That's really what it comes down to. You're using the razor. You're doing the work. The soap is just there to allow you to do the work. So it's not performing, you are. You're the one lathering it. You're the one who selected it. You're doing the work. The soap is just there to allow you to do it and aid you in getting it done. That's the way I look at it anyway. Let's wet the blade here and get going with our good friend, the leaf. And I want to say hello to Rick, who is a brand new traditional shaver. And he found traditional shaving via the twig, which was also made by Leaf. Now today, of course, we're using the regular Leaf, but one of the things I really like about Leaf is they market. And so some people will find traditional shaving because Leaf does market their products, and spend money to do so out on Instagram and, various platforms. And so a lot of people will, they'll see those ads and then they start searching to learn about the razor. And that's how they happen upon someone like me, or maybe someone else who uses the Leaf in their videos. And next thing you know, you've got a traditional shaver in the making, and that is excellent for all of us. So Rick, welcome. Please, when you see this video, feel free to ask your questions. We are a good community, I think. And like all communities, sometimes we bicker a little bit amongst ourselves, but by and large, most of the people are very eager to help. So welcome, Rick. And by the way, I'll show you Rick's message right there, just so you can see. He posted it the other day, and I tell you what, that sort of thing really makes me happy. That just made my day when I saw Rick's message there, and it's just one of those things where you're like, oh, great, we've got someone who's willing to come in and give this style of shaving a shot. And for me, that's just fantastic. And so I'm always very happy when I see things like that. And I certainly want to welcome Rick. And if you are one of those people who's found traditional shaving via an ad for a product, let me know what that product was below. I'm very curious to see how marketing, pulls people in. And a lot of folks, or a lot of, manufacturers in the hobby don't really spend a ton on marketing. Some do. Leaf is one of those companies that does market outside of our niche hobby. And for me, that's very, very valuable to bring new people like Rick in. And then we can connect them with all these great products and sort of demonstrate this wonderful style of shaving. And maybe he will share it with other people as he gets better at it and begins to enjoy it. And it turns shaving from a chore to something that is a good and fun thing to do. So I think it's fantastic. And it's one of the reasons I really like the Leaf, because some artisans and so on do market their products, but most of the artisans don't have a huge budget to do so. So when a company like Leaf comes in here and they're bringing people into the fray, and like the Supply razor, I'm usually thankful for that. So thank you, Leaf, for connecting me with Rick. And so again, Rick, if you're watching, welcome. Rick is a head shaver also. And again, please comment below and let me know if you have been brought into the hobby because of an ad you saw for a product. I'm curious to see what are the type of products that bring people in. I know that it's not every day, but it's not uncommon for me to be connected with someone who comments on the channel and said they got into traditional shaving because they saw a Leaf ad or a Supply ad or something like that. So that's always of great interest to me. I like to know how you people stumbled into the hobby. And I was just having a very good, interesting conversation with some good friends, Shady, Marion, David Gonzalez, Magic Mike, and they were saying that well, not all. Shady was actually on the right side of the argument in saying that the Leaf razor, which you're seeing here, is not a cartridge razor. And of course, Shady is right. And Marion, David, and Magic Mike are wrong. The Leaf does pivot. The Leaf is capable of using a single blade or 3 half DE blades. But it is not capable of using a cartridge, which is the fundamental part of a cartridge razor is what? The cartridge. Because you can't shave with the cartridge razor without the cartridge. If you take the cartridge off of a cartridge razor, you now have a handle, which is no longer really a razor. So the Leaf, as you'll be able to see, I'll show it to you again here in a minute, does not take cartridges. It takes from anywhere between 1 to 3 blades, depending on your preference. Today I have 2. And I think I've been enjoying using it with 2 actually. So maybe I'll just continue to do that. But anyhow, it's not a cartridge razor. Now it does pivot. It has the capability of using multiple blades like a cart, if you like, but it doesn't take a cartridge, and hence it's not really a cartridge razor. But David and all those guys like to poke fun of us who love the Leaf, but you know what? We just love using a little bit of everything, and I'll tell you right now, I am not one bit afraid to use a cart. I will use almost any razor that does a good job, because I feel like doing so, You know, someone's going to search for Harry's razor. Someone's going to search for a Defender. Someone's going to search for a Mach 3 or Fusion or whatever. I will not hesitate to use any of those products in the hopes that someone's going to stumble along like Rick and find my video and then go, oh, what's that with that brush he's using? What about that soap? That sounds kind of nice. By the way, the soap here is fantastic quality. The scent, not for me. And Shannon goes through that a lot because I'm pretty picky when it comes to scents and the type of scents that I like. And sweet floral for me is usually not a winner. But I do think that this is a scent that I do think people will enjoy. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if Marion likes this one. So probably send the rest of this sample to Marion. I tend not to use an entire sample, and I'll share it with other people. Again, I've talked about that in the latter part of last year. Share those samples, folks, if you get them. If an artisan is generous enough to throw some extra samples in your order, please create some value for that artisan by sharing them when you can. And let other people try those things because, you know, it takes time and effort for the vendors to you know, provide those samples and put them in bags or little tubs or whatever the case may be. So I think we can reward them by sharing those samples, and maybe they'll buy a soap, you know, based on the sample. Someone who receives the sample, you know, might buy it. So I say, you know, it's certainly additional value if we're able to share these samples and further share our love for the various products that we're using. And again, this is a fine soap, but I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to call it the Shannon's Classic regular base. I think it's excellent too. So, but there's no question, you can probably get your lather to perhaps maybe a more creamy degree with the Rust Belt Reserve, which is her premium formula. Do I need all those extra ingredients? Nope. Do I appreciate them sometimes? Yeah. But honestly, it's not going to do that much for my skin. And that's just my use case. If you benefit from a lot of these ingredients, it might be completely worth it for you. And I will always buy the Shannon's Classic formula just because it's the price point I want at the quality I want. And I just really enjoy it. And I've used Shannon soaps a number of times on these head shaves back to back because she dropped these samples in my order. And so I like to use samples for head shaves so I can just chat and use the samples and just kind of enjoy it. But we've talked a lot today about the leaf and its reach. The leaf has reach beyond our hobby, which is why I'm a big fan, because for me, every time someone like Rick says, hey, I stumbled upon you because of X, I am appreciative for whatever that X product is. And today it's the leaf. And it happens, like I said, not every week, but not uncommon. And people will say, oh yeah, it was the leaf video that. And so for me, that is fantastic. I have a little touching up to do here. So we'll feel where these spots are and apply a little lather. That spot right there always needs a little touching up. We'll start right there. But man, I gotta tell you, Shannon's, good stuff, good stuff. Really nice, always good quality, very consistent. For me, it's one of the more consistent products and has been over the years. You know what you're getting. It's just a matter of finding the scents for me that I like. Because Shannon's nose and my nose don't always jive. But the soap quality is always, always, always on point. And I don't think there's any debate about that. We're going to touch up just a little bit around the ears. And this has been very nice. Again, not a scent that I would go for. But I think the quality is such that I'm not disappointed on that. And I do think, again, when you look at the notes of this, if you think you would like this fruity, floral, sultry, earthy, I think she describes it, spicy, warm, it does have all those elements. But for me, the floral is too much to be something that, you know, my type of scent. Because now that said, I want to make sure you understand, I am very sensitive to sweet florals. Sweet florals for me, my nose picks them up very, very easily. And that's why I don't care that much for them, because it overpowers things for me when I get the sweet florals. So that was an excellent head shape. The quality of the Shannon's is on point. The leaf, fantastic. Those two Astra SP blades doing a great job. I don't really think I need to use 3, to be honest with you. The last couple of shaves with 2 has just been remarkable. So let me rinse. We'll come back and get into the post. Stay tuned. All right, and we're back. And this is Thayer's Witch Hazel, the magic, because it's made by witches. This is cucumber, and I really like this stuff. And I'm going to tell you right now, that was an outstanding head shape. The leaf never disappoints. The Shannon's never disappoints. And even though this scent is not for me, the quality, big plus. I'm telling you, on a quality basis, you can't go wrong with Shannon's. The brush today was the APShaveco White Wizard with the 30 millimeter cashmere knot. The bowl, of course, is our trusty Captain's Choice copper. And the leaf, you know all about that. And we're going to finish it off today with a little, this is Timeless Etherea. This is made by Shannon. So if you're curious, go on over to Timeless and check it out. It's an exclusive that they have that Shannon's makes. Very, very nice scent on this, I think. It's got a lot of elements. To me, it's got citrus. It's got some lavender in there. I don't really know what the notes are. I'm just what I think I'm smelling. It's a nice scent, and I like it. And just like that, we've had a wonderful dome shave. Thank you, Rick, for your message. And those of you who might have stumbled into here because of leaf or supply or product ad, let me know what that product is. I'm very curious to hear it. Thank you so much for joining us. Until next time, I've been your host, CDB, reminding you, it's your shave, do it your way. And as always, God bless.